Yo, what is good, YouTube? It's your boy Zay coming at you with another video. And in this video, bro, we gonna talk about this pink tape, bro. Cause I got something to say, bro. I got something to say. It was very interesting. Now, before we get into the video, obviously, you guys know what I'm gonna say. Like, comment, subscribe on the video, bro. Don't forget to follow me on IG at Zay2Hot. And yeah, you know what I mean. Go show love to the video, bro. Cause I have some things I want to talk about. I do want to talk about the tape. I do want to talk about the critique, and I do want to talk about my rebuttals to the critique. So, if you guys are all willing to listen to that and see that, then let's get into the video now. I hope you enjoy. All right, so let's talk about the actual pink tape. This was like really good. Like, I want to tell you guys, like, this is probably my favorite album I've heard from Uzi, hands down. Hands down. Not only in versatility, um, in delivery and what he says, it was cool. So let me tell you guys a little bit about the genres that I picked up on. It was definitely his, typical melodic sound. Um, I noticed the rock, the metal, and a little bit of the grunge, like especially like on something like the Werewolf. When I tell you guys, I'm not even a rock enthusiast or metal enthusiast at all. Like, that's not my cup of tea. Like, I wouldn't listen to it. I'm more on the grungier kind of alternative side if I were to listen to music. But even still, then I only listen to like, if I want to be honest with you, I only listen to like Nirvana. Um, I'm not really like a guy who like listens to like Blink 182 and the Ramones and all that other stuff. Maybe Radiohead. I do kind of like some Radiohead stuff, but um yeah, that's just because this is kind of the mode I'm starting to fit more into, because this is the type of thing that I kind of gravitate more to, is more of the grungier side of things. But again, this was absolutely amazing. Another thing that I noticed he did after, because I said he did the it's typical melodic thing. He did the grunge. He did a little bit of grunge. He did rock. He did metal, and he did rave, and then he has some Jersey Club, and I think that's all that I can pick up on as far as that. But yeah, bro, this album has to be album of the year for me. Like, this, I don't care what no one says. Like, this has to be album of the year. This was a 10 out of 10 listening experience. Now, I don't think that people like, no, I'm gonna get into that a little later. Okay, so let's talk about my favorite songs on here. It has to be, again, there were only like two songs that I didn't really like, if I want to be honest with you. And that's only because I've like heard them like 50 million times. Um and that would be well, it was, first of all, it was that Japanese, like, the that, I don't know how to say it, that, the Japanese intro song. I didn't like that, obviously, because it isn't really a song, to be honest with you. It's just like a Japanese intro. It's cool, don't get me wrong, it's cool, but obviously I wouldn't listen to it, you know what I mean? Like, it sounds like a Japanese intro. It's just not my cup of tea. And Just Wanna Rock, obviously, because the song's been like literally blown so many darn times that I just, like, I get tired of hearing it, to be honest with you. But let's talk about that's literally it, though. That's like literally the only two songs that I don't like, don't care, or not so interested into hearing. Um, let's get back to to what I was saying, though. So the songs that I was very interested into was "Flooded the Face," "Suicide Doors" was amazing. Featuring Travis Scott. "Crush 'Em," oh my gosh, I love that song. "Amped" was really good. "Two Times" was pretty decent. It was pretty decent. Died and Came Back, I like that one. "Spin Again" was amazing. That Fi, I don't know. That Fia, I don't know how to say it. Um, it was good. I like that. I Gotta was really nice. Endless Fashion, that was cool. It's always nice to see, like, I feel like Nicki Minaj is a really good album person. Like, if you ask me, Nicki Minaj is so good at putting her voice and matching whoever it may be. Um, and just like how I would say that she did really good on Kanye West's My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasies. Like she knows how to fit her voice into albums and do it really tastefully. But the other one was Mama I'm Sorry. All Alone was really good. Fire Alarm was really good. I like that one. Well, I won't say it's really good. It was good. CS was good. Werewolf was probably when it came to the rock side. I feel like this one was actually much more grungier. But again, they are very similar. Grunge, rock, punk, and metal, and all that stuff. They have very similarities, but obviously there are things that differentiate them. Historically and culturally. But yeah, Werewolf was probably my favorite. Like I really, really enjoyed that one. Pluto to Mars, I liked. Patience, mwah, that's a chef's kiss right there. Like I don't even need to. I don't even say anything. That was good. Days Come and Go was really good. Days Come and Go and Rehab was a much more introspective, kind of Uzi kind of talking in an introspective way. Like it was really cool. He was kind of reflecting on himself and his life and all that stuff. Like it was really cool. I liked it. The End I think was the one with the no, it might not have been Nakamaru. It might have been The End because that was the one that had like the whole Japanese intro one with Baby Metal. I didn't like that one. Whatever the one was the Japanese intro song, I hated that. Like I didn't hate it, but it's just like I wouldn't listen to it to be honest. It's not repeatable. And obviously, it was very tasteful to listen to Zoom again. Even though like when the leak came out, when I first listened to it like way back, I don't even remember when. It had to been like I don't even know what year that was. But it was nice to see him finally drop it, like just the official drop for it. Of course, I remember this one so much. I used to blast this song when it was first leaked. So yeah, again, that was something very cool to see him drop that again. Sade was pretty cool. I wish that it was a little bit more I don't know. I like the very beginning part of it. I wish he would have kind of continued in that flow in the beginning part. I feel like that would have really like hammered home and solidified that song. But I overall it was a really good song in my opinion. Um and these were just the bonus tracks. Again, these like he dropped what 26 songs and I only didn't like two, really one because, just wanna rock was just kind of like overplayed and I just like hate hearing it to be honest with you. But yeah, the rest of the songs, bro, I can listen to on repeat. Now, let's talk. Actually, I do want to add a little something. I do want to talk a little bit about my critique of this album. Um, Even though again, I definitely say this is album of the year and a 10 out of 10 album in my at least what I think as far as his work, his body of work, and overall versatility, style, and all that stuff. This was highly experimental, very experimental, and I actually liked it because he did it tastefully. It's not like how some artists try to venture out and they do a terrible job at doing it. He clearly did a good job at doing this. And I think that only people who are music enthusiasts will literally enjoy this. Like if you're in casual, and again, that's gonna be. I don't want to get too deep into what I'm talking about this because I'm gonna address some of the critique and some of the things that I have to rebuttal as far as their critiques. But yeah, but yeah, like literally out of 26 songs, 25 of them I can listen to, and it's definitely repeatable. But let's get to my critique, right? So my little critique with it at first was that there's no sense of cohesion to it. Um, and what I mean by that was just like, okay, no song kind of leads into another song. And again, I'm gonna reference My Twisted Dark Beautiful Fantasy by Kanye West. How the songs led to another song, even though they were kind of a different. They were they were synchronized as far as the styling of it. Um, but every song again led to more of a they led to a different part of the song, and it got to a much deeper part and all that stuff. So I thought that would have been cool. Yes, and then until obviously I found out that he obviously didn't want to make it like this, then I was like, okay, this makes sense. But would I have still wanted things to kind of lead into the songs to lead into the other songs and make it a little bit more cohesive? Yes, that's probably my only critique as far as the music wise. Another thing, I do want to talk a little bit about the actual image of the pink tape, and this is just something like this is kind of nitpicky to be honest with you. But the image of Uzi with like a flag, I don't know. I feel like they could have had definitely a better design language as far as a graphic design language. Like here's kind of my little thought of this. I would have what I would have did was like had some I would have had like Uzi sitting on a couch, and then there's like different versions of him symbolizing like the different styles of Uzi kind of laughing at him. They had like this like book over their face, kind of like how I seen like in this like little Radiohead um this little Radiohead image, and obviously this was inspired by it a little bit as far as the look and like feel of it. This whole little 90s look, because again, his rock stuff was kind of it's like a classic kind of rock, and again I really enjoyed that. But you know, let me not, because you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna get off track. Let's talk about the critiques. All right, so all right, this is where things probably gonna get a little bit more, you know, a little bit more harsher. Because the critiques that were against Uzi were by, how do I say this? They were by casuals. And what I mean by that, these are just people who just listen to rap and rap only. And again, I am a person who listens to rap mainly. Like, don't get me wrong, I love to hear me rap. That's probably my favorite genre, if I want to be honest with you. But I have an open mind to different styles of music. However, people were not some people were not uh having that kind of mind, because they only want to hear rap music and that's it. And then first of all, the critique of Uzi having some like it's being so experimental that like we hate this because it's so experimental. And this is now I'm gonna actually rebuttal this part. The rebuttal and the critique is gonna kind of be the same. So here's my little rebuttal for this, and I just kind of want people to kind of sit down and kind of think about this a little bit. Okay, so first of all, let's address he's an artist. Artist's job is to make things enjoyable for the listeners. Yes, that's the first thing, enjoyable and entertaining in whatever manner it may be. But also, artists are supposed to give you guys new and creative things. And my problem with the whole argument against him being so experimental is that, okay, fine. Say he would have given you the same melodic Uzi that you guys always hear. I feel as if you guys would be the first ones, the very same people. I feel like the very same people would literally be like, okay, Uzi is making the same song in the same style. When is he going to switch this up? Because if you guys obviously know, and this is why artists say many times to never fully listen to the crowd all the time. Because here's the reason why. If you give people the same thing over and over again, you're literally going to be a baby. If you do give them something new, they're going to hate it because it's new. Perfect example. Whole lot of red. Everyone and their mom hated it. I'm not even going to say to you, I didn't hate it. I thought it was trash. I thought it was garbage. I was definitely saying whole lot of mid. But then later down the line, I was like, wait a minute. Was I seeing this as a whole lot of mid? This is a whole lot of heat. And then I became to like it. The problem with this critique is that, okay, you guys, the people who are saying this, you're not giving the artist the room to be able to experiment and grow, because that's what an artist does. He's supposed to do that. Whenever you don't give artists whenever you try to confine an artist to one specific style, typically, for the majority of cases, whenever you try to box them into one style, not only does it make the artist less creative, because if he does a new idea, you guys are just gonna bomb him down to the ground, and he can't be able to express new ways of give you guys new experiences. And B, you guys then get frustrated and mad at him for making the same sound. Then you guys gonna be like, literally your comments are gonna be, why do you keep making the same sound? Do something new, switch it up. And then when he switches it up, now you're gonna be like, oh, we don't like this. This is way too experimental. This is way too out there. Bring it back to what you've been doing for the longest time. Okay, let's get to the next thing. And this one probably irks me the most. And this one is the whole lot of red comparison thing. Okay, let's, bro, I don't even know how to like. Okay, let's just talk about this. For the people who said he's trying to be like Cardi, please, I want you to do one thing. Take Cardi's nutsack out of your mouth. Like, the people who are saying this are literally holding Cardi's left sack and his right sack at the same time and juggling them. Because, oh my gosh, the meat writing is insane. You guys are saying that he's trying to copy Cardi's whole lot of red tape. First of all, let's rebuttal this a little bit. Uzi's was way more rock than Cardi's whole lot of red album. Period. And I would even say that is much more tasteful than Cardi's whole lot of red. And I don't even like to do the whole comparison thing. But since you guys have already thrown this out, I would say that it is actually much more tasteful and more versatile in it. His delivery is better. But again, there's two different genres. Cardi's is punk rock. Uzi's was more rock metal with a twist of grunge in there. They're two different genres. Yes, they all are similar and everything. Yes, I understand the whole history of rock, grunge, punk, metal, and all that stuff. But if you want to talk about a real rock star type of sound, Uzi beats Cardi by a long mile. By a long mile in the rock sound. Easily. Another thing, can we stop comparing everything to Whole Lotta Red? Like, I think you guys compare things to Whole Lotta Red so much that you guys practically have a red blindfold and you can't see any other music without blaming and just accusing things of being Cardi cloned. First of all, Uzi has been doing the whole rock aesthetic for the longest time. Cardi has been doing the punk aesthetic for the longest time. They're two separate things, but they are very similar in nature. I even seen that Uzi was going to go down this path a long time ago than Cardi. Way before Cardi, actually. Uzi, I can definitely say that he's been doing that long before 2018 even. But again, I digress. People people are just seeing things through a red lens, and that's the whole lot of red lens, where anything as if, first of all, as if people did not first start off hating a whole lot of red. We're not gonna act like we didn't hate it in the beginning stage. First of all, people in the now like Uzi's pink tape and the whole his rock look. That was cool. We didn't give the same chance to Cardi. On a mass scale, we all said that this was terrible. Uzi, on a different hands, at least from what I can see so far, is that there's kind of a little bit of a divide maybe on is it mid? It's gonna be mid, obviously, for the casual people who aren't like kind of music enthusiasts, and obviously that's not a bad thing or a shameful thing. This is just not your type of genre. I mean, obviously, like everyone has different type of styles and genres. Compared to obviously the other side being the music enthusiasts who like enjoy different varieties of music, who found this very tasteful. So I do feel like there's kind of a little bit of a divide between the casual listener and the music enthusiast listener. At least what I'm observing. But yeah, like the critiques that are coming against Uzi's album are first of all they're pointless they're so tiny. It's not actually about the music. It's just about them not liking his new sound, his experimental sound. The other one is just being comparing it to Whole Lotta Red, like as if he. First of all, these two are literally in the same type of style of genre. They've been doing this for the longest time, and it's not like, you know, Cardi isn't Cardi isn't the first person to do the whole punk thing. He's not. Obviously, yes, he made it much more popular, but I just think that people are just kind of meat riding his thing so much that they're just kind of blindsiding themselves to even experiencing other music without just literally just bandwagoning it and just saying that this is clearly an instant Cardi clone. Like, stop that. Like, you guys gotta really stop saying that. Like, that's the most obnoxious thing people hear over and over again. In some cases, I can agree to y'all. Some people do sound like, obviously, really mainly the whole underground scene is a Cardi inspired thing. But you guys can't say that about everyone, bro. Like, dang. You guys literally say that about any and everyone that could have somewhat of a similar thing to it. You guys just instantly bag it all in the same thing and says, oh, this person's clearly being cloned by Cardi. Well, cloning Cardi. Uzi dropped an actual album. He dropped an actual feeling of an album, which I can't say a lot of rappers can do now. I really can't. I could even say, and at least in my opinion, this part's gonna be my opinion. I can at least say, even in my opinion, I don't feel as if Cardi dropped an album. And I guess you could ask the question, well, what do you mean feel like an album? What does it even mean to feel like an album? And I guess the only thing I can say is that I don't really know. Again, because this part is subjective, so obviously I'm going by what I feel. Well, I guess one thing. This is a little bit of a sidetrack. What does it mean for something to feel like an album? Because tech classifying an album is like 729 songs. That can be classified as an album. But sure, something can kind of feel like a mixtape. You know what I mean? Like, something cannot have an album feel to it. That's essentially what I'm saying, though. I feel like Whole Lotta Red was more of a tape than an album feel. But again, this is just my opinion. Now, one thing I do, because this is probably gonna be the last part, because I do want to talk a little bit more about the musical part of it. I can definitely say that this tape was a little bit more, more commercial, and B, much more concerty. At least as far as the beginning parts of it was more mosh pit like. And something like you could definitely hear going at a Rolling Loud concert or something like that. And I do want to say this, that no, when like I guarantee when they put that in a concert, people are going to go nuts. People are going to go nuts. I'm not even gonna lie to you, bruh. And yeah, I just feel like this was a much more classic feel to it. As far as an album, I feel like this is a classic. I'm not even gonna lie to you, and I'm not even trying to I'm not even trying to glaze it because I'm just being real. I'm being real honest with you. I feel like this is a classic feel where you can just go back and listen to it, and you can just be like, dang, bro, this was a really good album. Now, obviously, to make something classic, it has to be, it has to take time. Obviously, what I'm saying is just it has a classic kind of feel to it. Whether it actually becomes a classic, yeah, that is with, of course, with due time. But do I feel like it definitely has the potential? Absolutely, because again, I say this has a classic feel to it, where like you can come back and listen to this stuff and like jam out. Like I can play this stuff in the car. Like I don't, yeah, I can play this stuff in the car. Maybe not around the casuals, but I can definitely play this around. I can definitely play this in the car with friends. It probably just again depends on what song it is that I could probably play more than others. So yeah. But I guess with all that being said, Brad, I really do hope y'all enjoyed the video. What's your thoughts on the whole pink tape? Um, yeah, comment down below on that. what do y'all feel like I kind of missed some things? Do y'all kind of, if you don't agree with what I'm saying, um, you know, kindly just tell me, hey, I don't agree with this part. I feel like such and such, and obviously give like what you think, and then I'll obviously I'll respond to it, because I promote more discussion based kind of conversations. That's kind of what I like. But don't forget to like, comment, subscribe on the video. As I do drop these videos obviously for y'all, and I don't get paid for it anyway. But I do it because I genuinely love this. I love the craft of this, and I love that when y'all enjoy my videos and comment and just chat with me. Don't forget to follow me again on IG at Zaytuhot. That's ZAE_2HOT. And with all that being said, I love you, Dark Knights.